But speaking of taking care of yourself, this is a big thing. Taking care of yourself. You take care of your whole neighborhood. That's a good way to do things. And it's a good neighborly thing to do. So Donald Trump has decided to take care of the neighborhood. And that's exactly what he's going to do with the Golden Dome. This is the new thing, right? And I can't help but laugh because it's such a funny name. But because it's a play on the Iron Dome that, if people don't know, is the Israeli missile defense system that protects Israel because they're constantly bombarded with rockets and all kinds of things because they live around people who for 2,000 years vowed to wipe them off the face of the earth, just like their genetics. It's horrible, whatever that situation is. But Donald Trump has decided he's going to put together this Golden Dome. Now, the Golden Dome is, I mean, it's a good idea in my estimate. So the idea here is I think it's $175 billion program that's going to be a missile defense system in case countries like China or Russia or any other rogue nations, say Stormer stays in Britain long enough to want to go after America or something. I don't know. There's going to be a missile defense system. Again, the dome, it's not an actual dome. It is just a figurative dome for the sake of protecting this. Now, this is the thing, because we heard about this. Donald Trump said, I've got a big announcement that's going to be coming out. And everybody thought it was about the pills or whatever it was. It was this. This is the announcement joint with Canada. And Canada apparently is going to be a part of it. What do you think, Marty?
A couple of things. I mean, if it's the Israeli dome, by the way, is awesome. Like you remember they got attacked like a year ago. And Israeli one shot down 300 missiles in one day. So that's
a year ago, phenomenal. Marty. It happens all the damn time.
Yeah. I guess it happens all the time. But
and that's why it's so expensive. That stuff's really high tech.
Did Donald Trump put a budget for this one? Did they have a sort of a ballpark number? Or I mean, we just announced last month during the election that we're spending $5 billion on a radar system. So I wonder if that's tied into that. Hey,
it could be tied into it. So the dome is $175 billion item. This is big. Wow. 175 billion. And then there's obviously going to be ongoing costs afterwards.
But who are we protecting ourselves from with the dome, right? The Russians? Why not just strike a peace deal with the Russians and forget about the dome? There's nobody else. I guess maybe the Chinese can attack us, but I thought Trump was busy making deals with China and Russia to start with. So why the dome? I mean, the thing about these things like the dome is that it just becomes outdated technology. You know what I mean? It's part of the arms race. So the dome works great. So then the Russians then come up with a hypersonic missile or something else, or the Russians hit us with balloons or whatever. Actually, that's often the counterintuitive things, right? Like sometimes really sophisticated technologies are defeated by point in case anyways.
Well, that case, well, we can get into that, but I wanted to throw this one by you, Marty, because this was my response to it. I said, for the safety of the United States and of America and her citizens, I would not recommend having Canada as a partner in the Golden Dome. I don't think Canada should be trusted with the security when it is, in fact, a security threat to the United States of America. I think Canada is a security threat to the United States of America. Honestly.
Well, they're not their director of their CIA, but the director of the CIA, who a bunch of them said it this week, right? It was actually this week, the language in the US.
That was the director of the FBI. That was
Patel. I mean, Trump this week, again, interesting week because Trump goes to Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the United Arab Emirates, does $2 trillion in deals with them, and then comes back here. And immediately somebody in his organization slams us, Patel does, and then they do this deal. I'm still confused, man. I'm still trying to figure out.
I've actually got the clip here. So
are we friends with the Americans or not? I can't remember.
Well, this is a difficult one.
In the first 2-3 months that we've been in the seat under Donald Trump's administration, he has sealed the border. He has stopped border crossings. So where's all the fentanyl coming from still? Where's the trafficking coming from still? Where are all the narco traffickers going to keep bringing this stuff into the country? The northern border. Our adversaries have partnered up with the CCP and others, Russia, Iran, on a variety of different criminal enterprises, and they're sailing around to Vancouver and coming in by air. And the sheer tyranny of distance of the northern border and the lack of cooperation from federal authorities in prior administrations to actually firm up that northern border is what's causing a continuation of violent crime. Now, we're focused on it.
Notice he said they're coming in by air. I'm going to get into that after.
And we're calling our state and local law enforcement partners up there. But you know who has to get to step in is Canada, because they're making it up there and shipping it down here. And I don't care about getting into this debate about making someone the 51st state or not, but they are our partner in the north. And say what you want about Mexico, but they helped us seal the southern border. The facts speak for themselves. The border that's open, I'll give you a statistic that I gave to Congress that nobody was paying attention to. Over 300 known or suspected terrorists crossed into this country last year illegally. Known or suspected terrorists, not illegals. Not just illegals, known or suspected terrorists. 85% of them came in through the northern border.
That is nuts. That's an absolutely insane number. Now, getting into the thing about, so here's the thing. A lot of people are, well, some people are detracting and saying, well, if you look at what the US CIS is saying, only 1% of the fentanyl that comes into the United States comes in through Canada. Well, that's all that's captured, right? That's all that's being captured. Now, look at the two borders, right? Look at the Mexican border. It's a fortified border all the way across, except for, areas that are just too difficult to traverse. Like, it's just crazy to traverse those areas. So people who are trying to smuggle this stuff in, they're coming in through the border crossings, and they're just coming in with clever ways of hiding it in vehicles and all these other things. That's not happening in Canada. They're not doing that. You know what's happening? And I've been hearing reports of this. Remember all those forest fires over the past few years that are happening really close to the border in British Columbia? Well, apparently there's been reports that low-flying helicopters have been flying within the smoke and trying to transport undetected across the border. And it's genius. I mean, it's a great way of doing it. If you wanted to bring in things through the border, you go through the most porous border. You do it under the guise of, there are helicopters around saving the forest fires. I mean, the cartel could be the ones lighting those fires to create a smoke shield. I brought this by a guy who I work with who used to be military operations. He's like, yeah, that's how I would do it. Absolutely.
Well, I mean, and for me, the border is still a 7,000 kilometer long, almost undefended thing. So yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised. Like, it's so easy. You come in via the airport from Europe, Asia, anywhere else. You come in via airports, land in Vancouver, Toronto, Edmonton, and then drive across the border. I mean, it's look at here at home, right? During the election, actually, was it before the election? Yeah, it was before the election. Remember, Trudeau appointed a border czar, right? Like, we had a
whatever happened to that?
No idea. We apparently, Alberta bought helicopters. I've never seen a video of the helicopters flying the border. Nobody talks about it. Now,
thanks for tuning in. This is actually a smaller clip from a larger conversation that took place on the channel. If you want to check that out, the link will be in the description down below. We'll see you in the next one. Keep on trucking.